Welcome back to my channel, Fit a Little Bit, where we talk about everything relating to financial fitness, physical fitness, and mental fitness. Today is going to be about financial fitness. Oh, my glasses are a little not clean. Okay, this is what I want you to do right now before we even get started. Subscribe to this channel if you are not a regular subscriber, so you will know when I upload a new video. That can probably help you. And also select the notification button, and that will also give you a notice when I upload a video. This video is about financial fitness only, but as I've said in previous videos, somehow that always ties into mental fitness, because if you're financially stressed, it has an effect on your mental fitness and ultimately on your physical fitness. Okay, as you guys already know, the largest monthly bill that you have more than likely is your housing expense. You gotta have a house. You gotta have a house or an apartment. You gotta be paying rent to live somewhere. So we know that's definitely a necessity. That doesn't go in the column of option or a luxury. That is a necessity. You gotta have a place to live. We're not living in cars. Okay, so you're like, well, how do I improve or work on my bad credit or improve on my income or get me more liquid funding? The first thing you may want to do after going through and listing all of your liabilities, listing all of your expenses, is check out that housing expense. If your rent is so big that you're struggling to pay it every month, you may want to look at lessening that monthly bill. Well, hell, I don't want to move. Okay, sometimes you got a 2-bedroom and you really don't need a 2-bedroom. You got a 2-bedroom to house your clothes and your shoes, or I want to have an at-home office. No, we're cutting back, and if we can, we're cutting out. Get rid of that 2-bedroom apartment and get you a 1-bedroom, and get you some type of containers and store some clothes under your bed. Add some extra shelves or something in your bedroom. It ain't a walk-in closet, make it into a walk-in closet. Take the doors off, but get rid of that extra money or monies that you're spending on rent. That's just a small little tidbit, because this video is about home ownership. Well, how am I going to own a home or buy a home and I'm already struggling with my money? We've talked about it. Your main expense and your largest expense is your rent. 10 out of 10, the money you paying in rent, a mortgage, or a cash house is a lot less over a year's time. So every month when you're going through and you're struggling to pay your rent, or struggling to pay your roommate, or struggling to pay wherever you're paying your rent at, think about doing this. Move into a neighborhood where there are distressed properties or where gentrification has started to move in. What is that? Gentrification, and I've been talking to people about this for years, just not using the term, but what it means is a neighborhood that's considered poor or stressed or needs a lot of rehab and things done to it. People move in. They take those properties while the poor are there, okay, while the distressed, while the people, the homeless or maybe a little above homeless are living there. They move into those neighborhoods because the properties are cheap. Nobody wants to live there. Nobody wants to either be by a liquor store, or nobody don't want to live by the plant, or nobody wants to live next to the empty field. But this is what happens. People move in, those people who we probably should be copying, okay, move into those properties. I've seen it done. I've been one of them. Okay, I've been one of them. Move right in the middle. It's a bunch of other junk going on next door. Maybe some prostitutes or something walking around. Jump right in there, put up a condo. Okay? The property is cheap. The land is cheap. Everything around is cheap. It may be just a little janky in terms of safety, but we got safety measures in every state to take care of people. Between police, bars on the window, Smith & Wesson, we can get this all taken care of. A pit bull, we got stuff in place. Okay. You move into one of those neighborhoods where the property is cheap. In some cities, you can get a property for $1. $1. Now, a property for $1 to me is worth me moving, maybe jumping a couple of states, okay? For $1, you can own this property. Yes, it needs work. But if you're rent $500, $600, $700, $900, $1,000 a month, instead of taking that money and paying rent, you can take half of that and put it into this property. First thing, get some bars probably on your windows. That's the first thing. Because we don't want stuff, water heaters and stuff leaving while we're going to work. Okay, let's say we don't want to go quite that low. Okay. So you can also buy properties for less than $10,000. You don't even need a mortgage, for this. You can save a couple of months or take some tax money, or this is the time to borrow off your 401k. This is when you borrow 401k, not to go to the Bahamas, okay? Okay, this is when you borrow from your 401k, not to necessarily finance a car. This is when you get money from your 401k, when you're trying to invest in you, in your lifestyle, and your expenses, and decreasing your expenses, which decreases your stress level. So don't get a house for $1. Okay, that's a little too low for you. Okay, what about $5,000? Move to a city where you can get you a $5,000 house. Where's that? What we trying to do? We trying to be a part of the people who start the gentrification. We want to be people that move in when the prices is low. We move in, we fix up our property, we increase the property value. And then more of us more than likely move in, and it increases the property value. And in between that, we don't even have any rent. So we saving our money, paying off our old expenses, increasing that credit score, lowering that stress. And if the neighborhood turn around, great. If it don't turn around, somebody always needs some place to live. After 2, 3, 4, 5 years, you done fixed it up decently. You sell it, or you rent it to someone else. If you rent it to someone else, you take their rental income money and use that for your mortgage. That's called income. That's called rental income. So when you do fill out your mortgage documents to get a mortgage on your $200,000 house, hey, I own a property, I have no lien on it, my income after expenses is $1,200. That's $1,200. It's money you just making because you're breathing. So it's sort of a win-win-win. It may be a little work for you in the beginning, but it's always work when you're trying to improve yourself and make things better. Let's stop complaining about what other people are doing. Let's stop complaining about our situation, and let's try to fix it. And right now, this video is about fixing that large, biggest debt you have, or the biggest monthly expense you have, which is that rent. Stop moving from place to place. You're complaining, the rent is too high, they not fixing it the way I want to fix it. Stop it. Just stop it. Get your mind together, get your act together, get you a cheap property. And it's going to have issues. But it's yours. You own it. You even get a tax break for even having it. For the money you put into it, you could put some of that on your taxes and get some of that money back. Be a solution and stop complaining about the problems. Buy you a piece of house. Piece of meaning it may leak a little bit. You just throw some blue tarp over until we can get to it and fix it. I guarantee you that money you paying in rent is going to come to an end once you own your house, because eventually it's going to get where you want it to be. And all that money you was paying in rent is just in your pockets. Okay, where do I move? Let's say you don't want to go to Google. Okay, I'll go to Google for you. Some of the good cities to live in where you can move in and get properties inexpensively. Dallas. Now, you may not be downtown Dallas. You may not be staying next door to the Cowboys, okay? But you may be staying next, to some other horses and cows and chickens and pigs. But you can get you a decent, piece of property in, I would consider like a distressed neighborhood. Now, we're not talking about moving in where they shooting every day, all day and all night now. We're not going crazy like that. Because, see, we still got a job, okay? And we still trying to work. And we don't need to be coming in getting robbed every day. Once a month maybe, but no, I'm just kidding. You don't want to get robbed every day, okay? So you want to move just a little on the edge of where it may be a little bit of crime. You got to be cautious. You got to use your common sense. But it's an investment, okay? If you're real lucky, you can maybe get you a 2-family flat. Fix up one part, live in it, move to the other part and rent the other part out. Use that money you're getting from your rental income to help fix up the second portion. And then leave it completely. You got 2 incomes, $1,200 each unit. Go right to Chase Bank, Bank of America, wherever you're getting your loan at the credit union. My income is my job and my $2,400 I get from these tenants. Approved. In the meantime, use that money to pay off or settle some of your creditors. Read the book. You know what to do. But what we're trying to do is get rid of that top large monthly bill that will not go away every month. Especially if you're not satisfied with where you're living and you're moving every 6 months, every year, every 9 months. Solve the problem. Solve the problem. Buy something. Buy anything. And if you just say, I don't want to do none of that, hell, buy a lot. Buy a lot. Turn it into a parking lot. Rent it out for events. Put your hands on a piece of property and have something that you own that belongs to you. And where you can possibly. Right now, you can't generate no income. You're waiting on the check to come every week or every 2 weeks minus the taxes. Get you something that you own and invest in that. Okay, next city. I'm sorry, I get off on these tangents. We got Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Don't know where it's at. Don't really care. But the cost of living is a little low. They got some distressed properties. Now, I don't know what the city is right over from there, but you can, if you're in that area, move there. Get you a house, a barn, whatever they got there. Commute to work, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. You ain't got no rent. You ain't got no rent. Move to a city that's supposedly up and coming. All you want is a little bit of news. You just want somebody, just you hear a little bit, you read a little bit. The city might be coming back. It might be coming up. Like Detroit. Down. Motown long gone. Hey, the rumor came out 5, 6, 7, 8 10 years ago. The city's coming back up. Yes, it's a lot of crime. Yes, it's not really super diverse. But we there to get us some distressed property. We're there to own us something so we don't have rent every month. Can you imagine not having any rent? Can you imagine the car that you really want really can happen? The extra money you could put in your retirement could really happen. Sending the child to a private school could really happen because you got that $900 to $1,000 every single month. If you get laid off, hey, the company talking about laying you off, you volunteer. You ain't got no rent. You know, it takes away a lot of stress. Okay, you know I get so distracted. Some of the cheapest states to live in. We got Michigan, we talked about that. We got Georgia. Everybody knows that Georgia, you can get more house for your money, okay, in Georgia. We ain't talking about going to Duluth or nothing like that. We ain't talking about Buckhead, okay. We may have to go on, move down somewhere just a little lower. Got a little bit of crime, not a lot, but a little bit of crime. And get you a little spot to live. Just buy it to own it and keep it 5 years. 5 years, fix it up. Just to get your money together. Just to get your finances in order. When it's over, get your finances on your credit in order and increase your income, you move right on out. And you rent it to somebody else, or the value go up, you sell it to somebody else. Get your profit and you move on. We got to be strategic with the money that we have. And strategic meaning take less out, bring more in. Say it together. Take less out, bring more in. Because the job is what we got right now. And some people are in careers, they want to retire in those careers. They love their job. They don't want to quit. Everybody ain't no entrepreneur, and that's fine. That's fine. Ain't nothing wrong with working for somebody. I've worked for somebody. I'm going to work for somebody again. Whatever I got to do. Okay? But what I ain't going to do is keep having all this money go out. And you shouldn't have to quit your job and be an entrepreneur. Everybody going to be an entrepreneur overnight. Now, right now, we like our job we didn't have for a few years. Let's just get less money going out, and we're going to get more coming in. Okay? Another state where is considered the cheapest state to live in is Missouri. Ain't nothing wrong with Missouri. Ain't nothing wrong with the Midwest. Okay, your job, if you got a job. If you don't have a job, this is all perfect. You just move. You just move. Or if you're on the outskirts of some of these places, you can move to where they're at and then just commute in, just a little. There are some cities in Oklahoma, look up and you can look and see where are the distressed properties, where is the low income places. That's generally where the cheap properties is. Get you one, move in, get your dog, and just commute or whatever you have to do. You moving on a plan. Okay, we strategic. We just not out here existing no more. We making money moves. Everything we do is about getting more money to come in. We got less going out, and you may just have to move. You may have to leave that apartment on the lake where you paying LLC properties, MABA, $1,200 a month just to have a gym you don't even use. Go over there and buy your property, $5,000-$6,000. Okay, and get you a Planet Fitness membership and go to the gym for $15 a month and be done with it. Because you ain't using the gym no way because you're so busy working and stressed out about how you paying that rent every month. So those are some of the cheaper states to move in. I think it was Tennessee, Texas, Missouri, Georgia. Love Georgia. Ohio should have been on that because Ohio's not that expensive to live in. I would even go so far as to say a lot of these Midwestern states, because the weather is so fickle. And then the housing market, when it crashed, it affected a lot of houses and forced a lot of houses to go into foreclosure. Oh, Florida is another state. That's the lower part of Florida where they have those expensive houses. And when the market went upside down and crashed, now those properties are really cheap as well. So, check into where you're living at, what state you're in, and check to see the cities close to you within 30 minutes. Check to see if they got some distressed properties. And take some money out your 401k. Add up 2, 3, 4, 5 checks. Okay? Take that little money, get your little old house. Like I said, maybe next to a nice little liquor store, something like that. But remember, you just stand there for a minute. Because you got to get that top heavy debt every single month out your pocket. Thank you so much again for coming to my channel. Fit a little bit. I hope that this video was helpful to you. Sometimes we know what to do, but we need somebody else to say what to do. And today that's me. If you have any comments or any suggestions, please put them in my comment box. I look forward to the new subscribers. I will be, continue to do videos. I've been thinking about this video actually for months because I get a lot of calls from people complaining about their rent. I'm like, you gotta pay to live, baby, unless you own it. Your only way out is, how can I buy it? You better take you $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000. Take some stuff back. I'll tell anybody in a minute. Some stuff may have to go back. You could even do a land contract. You can hook up with a bank or hook up with somebody who owns it and say, listen, I got $1,500, the property $5,000. Give me 6 months to pay it off. You're paying it in rent anyway. You're paying it in rent anyway. Put your $1,500 down. Pay them the balance over the next 3, 4, 5, 6 months. You free. You free. We're just trying to be free. Thank you so much.